Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you were searching around the internet for a very difficult and heavy subject, you were searching under suicide and you have found me. I'm a two-time attempted suicide survivor, and any wisdom that I can give you in this 15-minute video for the ones that are suffering on the other side of the screen in a dark place are loved ones that are trying to help their loved ones and really bring awareness and prevention and speak from the heart. Although I offer a speaking program with PowerPoint about all the awareness, all the prevention, all the statistics, but it really matters when we connect and we know who we are. And I'm not proud of it, lucky that I'm here, and hopefully I can make a difference. But I finally come to the time of putting it out more publicly and really, trying to get to numbers of people to reduce the suicide rate that has skyrocketed in the last 16 years. But the name of my program, and I want you to hear it because it's taken me 20 years and it's simple. Your life matters. Yeah, you. Your life matters, and never give up. You say, well, Dan, you were giving up. Even the times that I attempted, I was hoping. There's always that little bit of hope that I wouldn't be successful. But even attempting is risky, and you shouldn't go there. It's wrong. I'm not going to judge people that are terminally ill. I'm a practicing Buddhist now, 9 years. Life is precious. I see a Christopher Reeves make a difference. I see other people, but you can't be the judge, right? It's a personal decision, but it's a decision I won't ever, hopefully, make again, because it is worth living, especially if you don't have a lot of problems and you're not suffering. But look at the people that have fought their way through. Look at those people for a second. I know it's hard to pull ourselves out of our dark place. I know that dark place you're in, man. I know it. I feel it. When I hear someone has killed themselves, even the celebrity names you hear more, but what about the person that is a nobody, no name, right? And I don't want to say nobody, but nobody as far as the limelight, right? And they sit in silence and they end up killing themselves. You could be one of those, right? Contemplating. Don't do it, man. Call 911. Get help. Don't be afraid to say you're weak. Don't be ashamed that you're suffering. We all suffer. We all go through the suffering. We suffer what we need to suffer, and we enjoy what we need to enjoy. It's part of my Buddhist practice for 9 years. And I'm not pushing religion on you, but it's helped me immensely. But, I got through high school, had a severe stuttering problem. My mother says, geez, I wish you stutter once in a while. You never shut up. She's 83 years old, bless her. Two breast cancer operations, now a double valve operations. And I wonder where I got my strength. I thought I got it from my father more, but he passed away in 78, and I lost a loving brother, at 53, suffered depression. And lost him a month later in 04. Very difficult, still miss him today. But anyway, the family was great, loving Italian family, affectionate, loving. Met my first wife in high school. I got a boy, 36. I know, I'm not that old. I'm 59. But anyway, he's blessed me with 3 grandkids. So if I was successful in 96 and 2010, I wouldn't be here talking about them. So we have a lot to live for, people, and you're on that other side. So you got to hang in there, man. I know it ain't easy, and I'm not in that dark moment, dark sex place, but I've been there. I sit with you right now. I know what it feels like. I have that experience, and I'm not proud of it, but I have that experience that the dark place you're in right now, and you feel so small, and you feel debilitated, and you're just devastated, and one big problem, divorce or a death, or it is just consuming all of you, and a monkey on your back. And the pain is unbearable. I've been there. And as I continue with my story, as I talk about suicide and where we are, you can tell I'm Italian, I'm all hands, right? But I'm real, and I want to be real, and I want to be, who we are, and be who you are, and be real. And don't ever be ashamed of yourself, and love yourself, and respect yourself. And your life matters, man. You never give up. And as we go on, we're going in my life. I'm a mechanic. I'm truck driving. Hey, I'm a go-getter, man. I'm out there, you know. And I knew family had a little depression. There was some things going on in the family. Very little, you know. Even though I lost a brother more from, you know, abusing himself with drugs and things, you know, couldn't come out of a lot of suffering that he's had in his life. Very tough, you know, when we sit alone. And the fact is, I got through, truck driving days. I had a bad accident in '84. I'd probably hear from my stepdaughter, and I'll get into that in a minute. That happened in '07. But yeah, it was a bad truck accident. I've been in real estate now for 30 years. Um, Done very well. Just opened an office. First marriage didn't work out. It's kind of childhood sweetheart thing. Second marriage, much more serious. 14 years and it didn't work out. Probably more on my end than hers. And you never want to be the reason why it ends, you know. But it was. And I couldn't face myself, a guy that was a leader. And usually the ones that are most successful could be the most vulnerable. Had a real estate office. It was mostly, obviously, the heartbreak that hurt you the most. Closed the business. Couldn't run it anymore. Sold the house, heartbroken, get in my car, and drove to my brother in Florida to support me and work in his detail shop. So going from a three-piece suit to detail, and he's a beautiful man, and detail's wonderful. Got my head right, working hard, like my father would say. But anyway, estranged from my son a little bit after that breakup, and things were tough, you know. And I got down there, and I started feeling some depression. And as that depression built in the spring of '96, I was 39 years old. Like, I never thought I'd think about killing myself. I mean, it was just like foreign to me. It's like, yeah, it's a chicken way out and all that. I used to believe all that, you know, and it's really not the truth. It takes a lot of balls to kill yourself, I gotta tell you. It's not an easy decision to sit there and end your life, okay? So I disagree with people. That can be a little lack of empathy that they don't understand, and that people are suffering from depression, a sickness, and need medical treatment, and so forth, and maybe medicine for life. It's okay, man. You know, it's okay as long as you stay balanced. So, I suffered the whole summer, and I started thinking about suicide in '96, and try to get through my tragedies and move on to, you know, awareness. But these are the tragedies that occur that you want to live, right? If you survive, and it's like you don't even want to go there. But it got so severe that pill taking was me. Abundance of Tylenol was like I left them in the trunk, and I was, contemplating. Where am I going to do this? And finally, in November of '96, at the end of November, 28th actually, very painful time for me. I don't want anybody's sympathy. It was just rotten. I was just totally by myself in my heart. Not that I didn't have a loving family around me, but when we suffer alone, and we got to make the right decision. But anyway, I found the hotel and I started ingesting after 6 hours of contemplating and writing my notes. That I'm so ashamed, and it still tears at me. This whole. Anyway, I ingested and I woke up at 3 in the morning. I said, I can't even fucking kill myself right. This is how bad I was down on myself. Go back to sleep. I wake up at 8. I go to call my sister-in-law. She sees me when I get back to the house. Don't know how I drove 5 miles, and said, let's go. We go in the hospital. And they're like, you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Tylenol really affects you after 48 hours, and your liver's going to break down, your kidneys, you're going to die. Now I'm like, no, I don't want to die. And yeah, well, you accomplish what you want to accomplish. And so I had to sign papers. I died like 10 times over in the hospital. Your blood levels go up, they go down. If they stay up, your organs break down. So it got to the point after a day and a half, the doctor's like, your levels are up, you're going to die, Dan. You need to call family. The worst phone call you want to make is to your mother and say you did something like this and you could be dying, and they want to come down and be by your side. It's just a rotten thing, and look at what you do to your family, and yourself, and it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. But anyway, getting on about 9 minutes, so I want to kind of escalate it as we go. and rapidly get through my life in 15 minutes. This is like Woody Allen, 15 minutes of fame, right? In your life and who you are. But, when we're suffering, we got all the time in the world. We can listen to someone for hours if they're affecting us in a good way. But anyway, got through the ordeal and got a priest for my last rites, was Catholic at the time, but I had a Buddhist friend that said, chant Nami Kyo. And it's a Buddhist practice that Tina Turner practiced, Herbie Hancock, even Boy George, just some names, but over 12 million members in 192 countries. Started in the 30s with a leader, Makaguchi, to Toda, the President Keita today, up to, it was at like 3,000, 750,000, now over, 12 million. Very good practice. It's all about peace and like the theme of Buddhism and helping people become happy. And I'm a very happy guy today, believe it or not. For everything I've been through, right? And we have to make our own ultimate happiness, not the things we buy and the relative happiness, the ultimate happiness. But anyway, I survived, and the doctors were all standing over my bed one morning, and my family, and we just couldn't believe it. I made it through, man. And I vowed never to do it again. Don't ever say never. Just say you're going to do your best not to do that again, okay? Because in 2010, it occurred after my stepdaughter almost got killed in an accident in '07. But I started detailing, and I got out of there at 97, and loving my brother, family helping me, and bought a Trans Am, and I'm in a midlife crisis at 40 years old. Like an asshole, I drink too much one night, and I crack up the car. We both get hurt a little. It's just rotten. And I didn't try to hurt myself again, but I'm in my mother's basement, okay, in the Boston area. I'm back, and I'm like, what an asshole you are. You gotta be an asshole, Dan. And I'm down on myself a little bit. I was like, I got to do something in my life. So I started taking the bus to Bunker Hill Community College, because that second marriage failed. And I was single for about 3 years and met my third wife with 3 kids, The 3 kids, the girls and 2 boys, had great romance. And I wrote a program while I took a full psychology course at Bunker Hill, and I was very proud of it. And my dream was to reduce the suicide rate. And here I am, 16 years later, and I'm like, I never really did what I wanted to do with it yet, although it's always been my passion. And I wrote a 33-page program, and I'm here to bring it public now. And it doesn't matter how long, as long as we get to it and have the courage to get out there. I don't know what I don't want to say deadlocks. Life took over, opened up another real estate office, raised a beautiful family. Justine gets hurt in '07, and the family's railing, head injury. No more lawyer career, no more modeling. Looks great, but memory, and I love her dearly, and the kids, and so forth. But my marriage after 16 years wasn't working out. So long term, I won't say it was more me this time, but it happened at the beginning last year, a couple years ago, and it broke down where I left at the beginning of the year and needed to get out, and suffering about it, but really pulling out since June, and feeling good about who I am and what I've accomplished in my life. But anyway, I got a couple more minutes, and Justine survived, and I'm glad I was here for her and doing well. And, that's, we all suffer, man. We all got our problems, I'm nothing special. I'm like the Buddha says, I'm no different from you, okay? And this ain't to push the Buddhist practice. It's just my belief, what has helped me in 9 years, and obviously taking care of myself and loving myself. Self-help books, whatever it took. Started years ago with Deepak Chopra. Now I'm into this whole SGIUSA.org. Wonderful organization, no priesthood, got their spiritual independence in 1971. And that was another appeal for me. But it's all about the energy and helping others, and the things that we do to contribute for the short time that we have here. It's long, but it's short too. So if you're here and your loved ones are suffering, my drop-down box, the Nami will be there. That's one of the main ones I look towards for the 800 number. And call them, and get help, and get your loved ones help. Don't let them suffer in silence. And get yourself help. I've been in those dark places, 2 times. And in 2010, I made a haphazard attempt after Justine and going through that suffering. Was heartbroken about her and took Ativan. And, I said, never again, Dan. And I've been really moving up the ladder of the life condition and really working. Because, when it really comes down to it, these 3 things of my wisdom is, no one's responsible for your well-being. Nobody's responsible for your career. And definitely nobody's responsible for your happiness, right? It's all up to you. So I'm going to end with this, and hopefully we'll be seeing you again in my next YouTube videos and advice and wisdom. Look for the drop down box. Your life matters. Never give up. Have a winning day.